Mainstream media up to their same old shenanigans again. They still believe that if you tell lies over and over and over again, then the American people are bound to eventually believe it and fall for it. Here's some of the non-existent news stories the leftist media machine desperately wants you to believe and why it's total and utter garbage, just like the product they put out every single day of their sad existence. There's some pretty clear marching orders from the top of the Democrat Party right now. I hear that Barack Obama had an hour-long conversation with New York City mayoral candidate, socialist and terrorist sympathizer Zohran Mamdani. Obama and Mamdani for an hour. Wow. Very clear that Democrats actually believe that this guy is the future of their party. But the other lie they're pushing so hard right now is that Gavin Newsom's pathetic little third-grade social media campaign is funny and popular, and the president of the United States actually even knows Gavin Newsom is alive. Newsflash, he doesn't. They're not funny. They're desperate and pathetic, and the fact that they're trying to sell this cringy, dishonest shill as the future of the Democrat Party tells you everything you need to know.
It is about the United States of America. He doesn't believe in that. He believes in the red states. He's going after. He's a war. He's a wartime president. He's the head of a war party. A war on women, war on voting rights, war on Hispanics, a war on this state, war on institutions, war on history. I mean, this is serious. This guy's trying to get a Nobel Peace Prize. That's what he's going to try to say tomorrow in Alaska, that he's the big guy trying to find peace, really? When he's bringing war to the American people? He put military in the streets, not of Baghdad. And he didn't send the military in his first administration anywhere in the world. He sent the United States Marines into the United States of America in one of the bluest cities in this country, in Los Angeles, one of the great cities, American cities. That's what Donald Trump did. He is a wartime president.
Pretty pathetic, actually. And if they actually decide to parade this loser out in 2028, how is Barack Obama going to go out and convince people to vote for his latest puppet? The guy destroyed his own state of California. He's a known liar and is liked by about 15% of the country. Another lie the media is more than happy to prop up right now, that the president fighting crime in our crime-ridden cities and properly cleaning up Biden's border disaster by removing illegal aliens are somehow preludes to the president suspending the Constitution or suspending elections. Another outright lie. A majority of Americans want these deportations. We know that. And all Americans, other than old white liberals marching in the streets, actually want safer streets for their families. And good for the vice president for calling out these clowns in D.C. And guess what? Democrats are tripping over themselves, looking like idiots, defending people, and trying to create a narrative that these illegals are the actual victims here. Case in point. Well, it turns out that guy is an illegal alien from Mexico who was previously arrested for aggravated sexual assault of a child under 13 years old. Well, she's since deleted the post, but Jessica Tarlov over at Fox very quickly came to his defense and took it down once it was clear that this guy is a low-life criminal, actually trying to defend that guy. Sorry, Tarlov. Turns out the guy doesn't help these America-hating snowflakes with their woe is them narrative when it comes to these illegals. Entered the United States illegally 3 times, arrested for child sex crimes. What do they have to say now? Will there be any apologies, admissions, retractions, moonwalks? Nope. Just quietly taking down a post that is now circulating anyway as an image that will live on forever. Congrats, Jessica. Another lie that the president's peacemaking efforts in Ukraine are all to help his so-called collusion pal, Vladimir Putin. Also a lie. But that doesn't stop this Chinese spy lover from taking to CNN to deflect from his own brushed over treason.
Putin is playing Trump, and he drags this out as he continues to bomb Ukraine and kill innocent children. And it's because he knows Donald Trump is not serious.
Oh, boy. You're a member of Congress. Get that second button, will you? These people defended a degenerate president who all but welcomed Putin's attack on Ukraine and who referred to Zelensky as Putin. These people are as unserious as it gets. Another lie that President Trump's efforts to end wokeness in the Smithsonian are actually an effort to say slavery was good. This plays into their persistent BS narrative that the president and all of those who vote for him, including MAGA, are somehow racist. Insane that Democrats keep forgetting that they are the party of slavery. Insane that they forget how many Americans also died to abolish slavery. Whig Party, which became the Republican Party. Don't let that confuse you, though, Democrats. That doesn't stop them from pushing that same old nonsense.
There's a lot of history that it's in these museums, but he's focused on one thing, and that is that there's too much slavery being mentioned in the United States of America. That's very odd, Batya, honestly.
For example, in 2010, the words white supremacy were mentioned 75 times in the Washington Post and the New York Times.
But the media is different from museums.
In 2020, the words white supremacy were mentioned 700 times in the Washington Post and the New York Times and 2,400 times in NPR. The word racism 4,000 times in 2020. The words white and racial privilege from 2013 to 2019 grew by 1,500% in the New York Times and the Washington Post.
Well, we all know why that shift happened, don't we? By the early 2000s, America was closer than ever to being truly post-racial. And then came Obama and lit a match under old grievances. And then for 8 years, Obama pushed the same lines. America is systemically racist. Police are inherently biased. Minorities are always the victims. Facts didn't matter. Only the narrative mattered to the left, and trying to shift the narrative and create a more unified America, one that admits its flawed past, but also embraces what makes this country great and amazing, is somehow a threat to these snowflakes. They just want to hold that grudge, keep playing that race card. And they all think all they can do is repeat the same old lies that the president is racist, or that this insane lie that the president thinks slavery was a good thing. These people are actually insane. And if you study multiple news outlets, you'll see them all talking in exact unison on the same lying stories. Sort of highly coordinated saturation bombing of lies is how the information war works. We know what they're up to. We got your number, Democrats.